This is the final resting place of some of the most influential men and women of the 19th century. Tucked away amongst these memorials to the great and the good are the graves of three largely forgotten pioneers: Baron Headley, Marmaduke Pickthall, and in an unmarked grave, William Henry Quilliam. Although few recognise their names today, in the 19th century these men were responsible for a religious revolution that shook the British public to its core. They were aristocratic Christians who made a choice which inflamed Victorian society. They converted to Islam.
An Englishman, a pucker Englishman, doesn't go native. He doesn't leave the English white upper middle class.
And they changed the face of the Muslim faith in Britain.
Pickthall's great achievement was to translate the Quran.
It has been perhaps the most important translation of the Quran into English that there ever has been.
This is the story of three extraordinary men who embraced Islam at a time when to be a Muslim was to be seen as a traitor to your country and the focus of hostility.
In the press, he was charged with treason, and he certainly was put under surveillance.
I think to rebel against his parents and to change his religion, I think it did break his mother's heart.
Through the personal journeys of still surviving relatives, we'll discover just what these men achieved and how their legacy lives on today.
My impression of Islam sat within post 9/11 thinking and the emphasis around fanaticism. But finding out about Marmaduke changed all that. Suddenly, Islam became so much more.
So just what did these Victorian pioneers do to make Islam more acceptable to a society that condemned it? And are there any lessons for British Muslims today? Liverpool. Today it's home to nearly 25,000 Muslims. This is the city's largest mosque. Built in 1965, it would appear that this Muslim community is relatively new to the city. But far from it. A century ago, Liverpool was a flourishing port